Hi guys, my name is Felix. Welcome to our YouTube channel. So, let me just give you a background of what I do. So, I'm a realtor. My background is real estate from the University of Nairobi, and I'm also an accountant from the University of Strathmore. I love finances, and for the next 1 to 2 or 3 more years, or whatever God prefers, we are going to just talk about financial journey, what it means to do. So, on a daily basis, I'm an investment officer and a financial manager. I manage finances for different individuals and for a startup. And so that's enough about me. So I hope that you'll prescribe to a channel and that you'll share this information that we are able to grow. We're able to grow other people. Africa needs to grow and can only grow between me and you working together. And I hope you enjoy. So just to start us off, we're going to do what is called auditing. So one of the things that as an accountant, before you get to be an accountant, one of the things you learn is about auditing, and even in real estate, there's something called environmental audit. So there's a whole thing about what is this big thing called auditing. So auditing in terms of financial terms is just examination and verification of a company financial records. So you look at your income statement and your statement of financial position and and also statement of cash flow, and looking at how performance has been. So basically that is how auditing works for the financial lifeline. So for every company, they have like a financial year, and some begins in January to December. That is for banking and financial institution, and for some begins in February, and in any other time that is prescribed for them. So let me just give you what goes on for financial audits. So there is planning. So you plan to audit, and then after that you notify the people that you're auditing for, what it means what you're going to do in this the letter that you've been given. And then there's the meeting, like, so this meeting that you're going to meet the board, you're going to meet the employees and so on. And then after that there's what we call field work. So the field work is what we do, investigations. There is forensic auditing, like there's just analysis of statements, going to the bank, checking out what is required and what is not required. And then after that we do what is called report drafting. So report drafting is basically what you've been doing all along, and saying, so when I came, this is what I noticed, what is the work in behavioral stuff, and what does it involve, and so on. And then the next thing you're going to look at the management response. So how is the management responding to your work that you've been doing, and how do they respond to everyday thing. And then you're going to do now what we call closed meetings. So the first meeting you did was called like open, like the first meeting, then the last meeting. So for this closing meeting, you're just going to verify what have I been doing, did I get the best records, and so on. And then finally you're going to do final audit reporting, where now you report and give an opinion of what you felt like. Okay, this was the right thing, this was how it was supposed to be, and this was supposed to be. So before I introduce you now to life audit, I have a very dry joke. I hope you get it. So how do an auditor proposes to his girlfriend? By presenting an engagement letter. So if you're an accountant, you can understand that. So anyway, let's just dive into life audit. So what is life audit? Life audit is a life cleansing of your soul and your mind. Just being mentally, emotionally. What am I doing in my life, and so on. There's that saying that we say that there's the day a man is born, and then there is the day that he realizes the reason why he's born. Those are the two most important days. So the day you realize that why you were born is the day you've actually done what is called life audit. So what have I been doing? What is my passion, and so on. So before we go any further, there are requirements that I would like you to have if you're planning to do this. You'll need a sticky note, one. You'll need, and that make sure they're not stapled. Mine is stapled because for me I like to have all, like I use this as a form of notes when I'm going somewhere far. and I can't carry a book. Sometimes it's just cumbersome. So just in your body to use your phone and so on. So you're going to use your book. You can use your note. If you have a phone, you can download. I think there are application for notes, so you can also have them. And then you'll need a pen, and you need a marker pen. So for the marker pen, it's just to highlight on the most, and then the next thing, your journal. So these are the 4 things that you need for this exercise and for the whole year, and even for a better life. I say that life is better when you plan for it. When you plan for something, then you're just aware that some mistakes that won't be there. If it's possible, if you need a rubber, fine, well and good. That could be another advantage. So why do you need all these things? So I'll start with these two, the pen and the sticky note. So the last thing that you need is a blank board like this at my back. You need it to be blank, or you can use your wardrobe, where make sure it's one place that you are able to see every day. Why I'm saying this is especially for ladies. You like to you like to check on what you're going to wear next and so on. So if you put your sticky notes for your live audit all there, you're able to see what you've been doing. So basically it's all that. And then so the pen is just to write them down. So you write down, okay, so what do I want for this year? So for this year, for example, I want to save 100,000 or 50,000 or 20,000. We all have, no goal is big or small. So long as you have a plan and you know where you're going or where you want to get, you just need to do what is called starting. And then your goal could be to be a better friend. So you look at what are the means of being a better friend. Maybe being emotionally there, prepare, just taking care of your friends and so on. Or it could be building a new business. So how do you build a new business and so on? So after that, so you just write the big goals here. So to write the big goals here, you also write them at your journal. Use this journal. Like for example, my journal, I've had this journal since 2019, so that's like almost 4 years that I've had it. And I write almost my thoughts, what I want to achieve in life here. So basically, and just to give you an overview, these are my sticky notes that you can see on my, just basically on my journal that I use. This helps me just to be able to plan and so on. So if there's an activity I want to do in the stock market, you can see some things are here, and you just be able to see. So you can see all this. So these are just sticky notes. It helps me to plan and to see, okay, this is something I didn't out. How can I do it better and so on. So you can see all that. So basically that's all that you need for it. So now I'm going to take you now to the whole step, now that I've given you the requirements. So you've written your goals down. You're like, make sure that one of the most important requirements, make sure that you achieve 80% or minimum 75% of the goals. So if you are to be there to be a better friend, there are a few values that you will want to do. You want to share things with your friends. So make sure out of the things you want to share with your friends, 80% of them you've done them. If it's building a new business, say, okay, I've done the planning, I've done this. With business, it's just make sure that you start and you're like 80% of what you'd agree. If it's saving 50,000 in for the next 1 year, that is in 2022, from January today till to the end of 2022, it's 50,000. Make sure it's 80%. So 80%, that is 40,000 at least. Make sure that's like the bare minimum. So after that, now what you're going to do is called breaking down of your goals. So goals is supposed to be something that they are achievable. So if let's say it's 50,000 shillings per year. So if it was me, I would break it down into 4 quarters. So quarters is like 3 months. Every 3 months is called a financial quarter or a quarter. So I will say like, okay, so for every 3 months, I need to have saved 12,500. So after these 3 months, like that. So it just becomes so that you are able to say, okay, so maybe 23, I'll be investing this 50,000 that I've saved from. And then after that, so you're able to now to track it. So the sticky notes is just to help you also track it. So let's say the goal is 50,000. So you're like, you've done an audit. You're like, so the last 3 months, I have saved 12,500, or I've saved 6,000, or I've saved 8,000. You're like, okay, 3 months I've written 6,000. So you can also say 1 month, January January was not such a good month, so I did 2,000, I'm at 3,000. Write it down, January 3,000. February I did 4,000, like that, or 6,000. You write it down. And then March I did this. So this is the amount. So if you pass that goal, the better. And then so you're just able to track it. So you break it down to a point that you're able to track it down. And then now for the last, like for example, you finish that quarter, take a photo of that quarter. What have you achieved? So like, have I achieved 50, or like what did I do and all that? And make sure you write down all this in your journal. This will just help you to be able to like know and reflect on your goals. Where are you going to? It could be you're building a new business and you're saying, for the first month I have to do planning, I have to write a business plan, I have to do market research. Who is my target audience? What do I want to sell to my audience? The kind of money do I need to do? Do I need to raise some kind of amount of money? Or I'm starting up an organization to help people. This organization, what will it need to do? Will it need some amount of money? Do I need to come up with a model? The kind of people do I need, and so on. Basically, when you've written your goals down, you've outlined them, and now you've broken them down into things that are achievable things. So, and then one of the things that you need to do is that you compare yourself, not another person, yourself. So you compare yourself the last 3 months, what did I do? The next 3 months, like let's say from January to March, what did I do? And then you're like now in June. So what did you do in June? So like so from January to March, and then April to June, all the things that I had achieved. So you compare, you're like, did I become a better person? Because now that is auditing. You're like, oh, so I improved in this area and I didn't improve in that area. So basically that's all. And then the other thing you have to do is you compare yourself again to the previous year. Like previous year January, what did I do? In the previous year February, what did I do? It makes make you be able to grow. You're looking at things, you're like, okay, so this is what I done last year, this is what I'm doing this year. Then I'm able to grow to the next step. So that's just to be able to compare. And now that when you've written all these things in your journal, like I say, in your sticky notes, make sure you write them in your journal. Because remember, sticky notes can wear off and they can go, like, you could lose them. But when you write them in your journal, you're able to check. Like for example, there are some of my goals that I did in 2019. I still have them. And I'm like, did I achieve this? No. So what am I working to do to achieve this one better? What am I doing to change myself better? And basically, when you've done all that, you'll have finished what now is called the life audit. You'll have prepared yourself, outlined yourself. It's an everyday thing. You're trying to do things better. And I think with that, make sure you try to do auditing. Tell me how it goes. Put it, make sure you share on the comment section, like how was the process for you, and so on. And then I think with that, we've just come to the end of our first of everything. But I'd like to leave you with one good quote. It says, "Fortune favors the prepared mind." We've done auditing, so I hope that you've prepared yourself for a new year. You have new goals, you want to do more, you want to be a better person, maybe you just want better relationships. And that's one way of doing them. That's one way of saying, maybe this year I just want to date, I want to dedicate my life to do something different. Thank you so much. Happy New Year, happy 2022. Have a blessed year ahead and be blessed. Thank you so much.